There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere. This is the kind of brain trouble my mom warned me about. The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero. They look relieved to have finished their work. Ah, this isn't the style of music I expected them to play. I wonder what this channel is for. They must have already shipped out all the Harpic they need. Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral. I wonder what's on this reel. What is day 0? Maybe I can find out more about it. They dug up all that Harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on day 0.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayers right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some Harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the Harpic, we get the, psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
I remember watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done. I could see the trick of it, but it still felt kind of magical.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
A mineral that can affect the mind. The Greyhands present one side to the public, and another is hidden behind metal fences. There is no one to oppose them. There is only my record of what they did here. Bit upsetting to see graves treated like this. The memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral. The info sign earlier said they are dangerous in large numbers. I have a pendant, though. Has the power of this god decayed like the statue? Or is it as strong as ever? This field was absolutely full of memories. I'm glad I had my pendant, otherwise it would have been overwhelming. This is a season when memories echo on and on and on and on. Will the echoes fade away, or will they be cut off abruptly? These slips are prayers to this god for forgetting things. Void. I pray to the god of forgetting. I pray to the void to take a memory from me. There was a moment of hesitation between my pendant and the god. Did I really want this? If I did, my pendant would allow it. It happened just as my mom described. There was a moment as the memory left, when I felt the absence, but then it filled itself in. I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but after that moment in front of the statue, I no longer remember my own name. Void took it from me. I tried to remember someone saying my name. I looked through my journal and realized I never wrote it down. So it's really gone. Our minds are so delicate. I held my pendant tightly after that. What am I without a name? Can I decide now? Did forgetting part of me make me more free? Whatever's making that sound, I'm glad they sealed this shut. I'm sure these critters will escape the valley before the flood. Dear future person, are there goats where you are? I'm petting this goat for you. How is the next season going? Does your dad write poems? Does your mom sacrifice memories to keep you safe? I'm doing all of this for you, and you're doing something for me. You're letting me truly see what is in front of me. A beautiful goat. I feel the slow chaos of life in its branches. A tree dies on the same spot it was born. fabric negotiates with wind and gravity. The end result is flight. When I cobble together my own religion, this will be a god. The earth gave and gave. It did not let, not even at the last minute. We collect the fruit of the land we know is dying. Who could forgive us?
Oh, no, no, no! You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a Greyhand. Oh, what a relief. I'm sorry. I just assumed because who else would be... What are you doing here? Today? You're trying to do that today? Wow, and I thought I was busy. Welcome to Tiang Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. My son and I are still here. There's a few old people left too. You might come across them. Hopefully everyone will leave the valley tonight. We're going to live in the city, in a little apartment. Look! See how they put the dimensions on the back? I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn. This is the space we have to work with. I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room, and we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently, and I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still... it's all here. It's okay. What'd you say you wanted to see? The true state of all things? It must be in here somewhere. We can do this. Just need to decide. These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy. This is an old religious book, The Prism of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages, a part I never understood, that I could still glimpse. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it never happened. Seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me? We have a special feeling for the season just before us, the one our parents grew up in. It's like it was right there. But we know there were horrors, but somehow everyone seems innocent. I suppose I'll be leaving the other two behind. I know they're heavy, but would you want to take one with you? Maybe it can teach you something, if you can get through it. Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora. He painted all three of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi, some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me? Yes, you're right. For better or worse. This is how he saw me. Maybe someday I'll understand it. Maybe someday I will look at this painting and see him seeing me. All right, this is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or someone. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have forgotten? Now, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame in mourning. When someone dies and you're in mourning, you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regrets. It's a religious thing. Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this. These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes and go to school. He grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay. Yes, they seem so precious. I don't know. I should keep these. Let's see how this is going so far. We'll remember Yuri's excitement coming to the valley. Yuri's clothes, from him when he was a kid. I'll remember the way Yuri saw my essence. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. I went through all our old photos, trying to see what I might be forgetting. I love that view. Have you been up there, by the entrance to the shrine? The entrance is bigger than the shrine itself, just across the river and up the hill. It's worth visiting. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here too. That's our Yuri. He worked on the trees, trying to cure them, but he got sick. He's buried up in the cemetery near here. We'll have to leave him behind. No choice on that. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Enough of these old photos. We still have work to do. Yuri built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. There's the skin of our body that keeps us together, but there's also the skin of our minds. The skin of your mind can pop like a bubble. And everything that makes you yourself will come and the earth will devour it eagerly, the way wind fills a vacuum. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know. All right, this is it. Oh. I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed, like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges. Something like that. I'm glad you came to Tiang Valley today. Thank you for being there for me. I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush. But as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
We build our lives out of what we leave behind as much as from what we carry with us.
I love sounds and music. If you have anything you recorded to play me. They say these critters came from the prismatic grounds. They scream so loud they wake us up sometime. Only certain times of the year, though. Is this what I think it is? I can't believe you went in there. Didn't you see the signs? Listen to this. Thank God time moves. Thank God we forget. We're very tired of hearing this. They've been randomly blaring it the last 2 weeks. If at least it played like every hour or something, it'd be less annoying.
This house stands alone. It has its own land. This is unthinkable in our village. I hope I get to taste some Saba fruit. If it merits a sticker, must be pretty good. The human soul was once described to me as a birdhouse. I had an uncle who collected tools that were so old nobody knows what they were used for. There are a lot more possibilities here for gardening. The soil must be rich and they must get a lot of rain. wish my thumb was more green than it is. The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. If music is complete, then it is not music. It looks like a set of aphorisms. Now to find the rest.
Do you want to go on a sightseeing tour? Bikes all day. The next tour leaves in, well, now basically. Saying goodbye is like when you empty your pockets before going to bed. You get to see what you picked up. The things I picked up need somewhere to sleep. Follow me. This is my tree. Since we can't bring it to the city, I don't care what we bring. I love the tree, and Dad cured it. That's what he did. All this purple stuff in the valley that makes you feel funny. See? This used to be purple. And Dad made the dangerous part go away. He wanted to make it so all the purple rocks were safe and green. I know there are plants underwater. Can a tree become an underwater tree? This one can't die. It's been through too much. Let's go.
The Greyhands have a lot of this stuff now, for better or for worse. This valley is so different than my village, but both places have an enormous tree watching over them. This tree will pass in the flood. What will be the end of the tree in Cairo? A piece of car, severed, dangling. As a warning to others? The bird stole a small trinket. I left the bird its prize, but maybe I can learn more about the locket. Home to a thieving bird. The tree looks healthy. The ritual must have worked.
Let's go.
I remember seeing the ocean for the first time, and something about the light, the water, the voices of other people, the boundary between myself and the rest of the world felt very thin. It was beautiful. A way to remember your loved ones? The bell gave me a little memory from a stranger. The past swims close to the surface in this valley. There isn't enough room for a cemetery in my village. Here, memory is granted space. Land is used to let the living meet the dead. Or maybe it's the other way around.
I knew my brain was doing something special. I thought I'd wake up with an idea for a new shape or color. Everybody would love my new shape or color. But instead, my brain gave me a dream which made people afraid, which is making you leave. The dream scared me, but also made me glad to be alive. I am happy to keep living. I don't mind. The elder said it means this season is ending soon. I want to tell you the dream now. Let's shut our eyes and lay on the roof. We are already on the roof. That's good. I'll speak the dream out loud and you imagine it. You can close your eyes now. I'll tell you when to open them. I am in the forest. The sun is bright. My stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. I look for something to eat. There are fruit trees lining the path. I look for one to pick, to eat. I climb up one of the trees and reach out to grab a shining red apple. I blink, and suddenly the apple is rotten. It looks like it's full of spiders. I blink again, and now the apple is just a baby apple. Not ripe or rotten. I lose my balance and fall onto the ground. The apple changes colors. Some are eaten, some disappear. I hear a voice. Someone is there with me. I try to recognize who they are, but their face keeps changing. They're kind of everywhere. I tell them I'm hungry. I want what the earth is trying to give me. They say, these aren't apples. They're memories of every apple I've ever seen. There's something wrong with my eyes, and there's something wrong with the soil. They say I need to look into the sun to clear out my vision. They say we're going to look together, and that when we do, they'll melt away. They want to. Then behind them I see you, watching from the shadows. You've been taking notes on everything. This makes me feel better. I turn my head and I let the light in. I lose track of everything. When I get my senses back, I find myself holding a round, red fruit in my hand. I don't know what it is, but I take a bite, and it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Then I woke up. You can open your eyes now. You probably have questions. It wasn't only my fault that the apples were acting funny. It seemed like the natural world, or whatever, the land didn't know what time it was either. The soil had to forget a little. You were there, but you were separate. Whatever happens to us, we need you to keep an eye out. Somebody has to stay normal. Somebody has to not look into the sun. I feel like everything is happening the way it should. But I still wish none of it would happen at all. I wish my dream didn't mean anything. I wish we had wasted more time together. I'd like that very much. We'll go down this roof together, and you'll keep going down and down, down into the heart of the world. Thank you for listening to my dream.
Music from a trio of performers. The metal, the breeze, and my mind. They're keeping the memory of the dead alive in a way I've never seen before. Yuri's tombstone. He'll stay behind in the valley. The tomb is elevated, so maybe the body isn't buried under earth. It could be in these stones. The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. 1. Time moves us when we move not. There is no time. Just one more to complete the set. Unlit candles being drowned in a flood. A loss of potential light. Potential prayers. Takes effort to remember. Forgetting is easy. It's like gravity. I can still walk through the streets of my village, down the corridors of memory.
I'm saying goodbye to everything, and you're saying hello. Mom says the valley is going to sleep. She asked me what I wanted to do before we leave. I said I wanted to touch the blue part of the water. And she left. She left because I have so many ideas, and I need her to tell me which ones to remember tomorrow.
They seem to be looking for something. They're bringing the dam down. Eventually? I wonder if the graffiti will survive the flood. What mark should I leave? The mark will be washed away, but the photo will survive. I try to divide the things I see between two categories, permanent and impermanent. But the division breaks down. The difference is just a feeling.